Mr. Raycroft is at a meeting up at the district office in Moncks Corner. On his behalf, I'm going to welcome you to our presentation. I'd like to start off by reading the history of Veterans Day. World War I, known as the time as the Great War, officially ended with the Treaty of Versailles, was signed on June 28, 1919, in the Palace of Versailles, outside the town of Versailles, France. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when a temporary halt between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. For that reason, November 11th, 1918 is generally regarded as the end, the war that ends all wars, World War I. 1 year later, in November of 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day. The original concept for the celebration was for a day observed with parades, public meetings, and a brief suspension of business between 1100 and 1200 hours. On May 13, 1938, the U.S. Congress made the 11th of November of each year a legal holiday, a day to be dedicated to the cause of world peace and to thereafter celebrate and be known as Armistice Day. Armistice Day was primarily a day set aside to honor veterans of World War I. But in 1954, after World War II had required the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the nation's history, and after the American forces had fought aggression in Korea, the 83rd Congress, at the urging of Veterans Services organizations, amended the Act of 1938 by striking out the word armistice and inserting in its place veterans. With approval of this legislation, on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars. In 1968, the Uniform Holiday Bill ensured 3-day weekends for federal employees by celebrating 4 national holidays on Mondays: Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Columbus Day. Under this bill, Veterans Day was moved to the last Monday of October. Many states did not agree with this decision and continued to celebrate the holiday on its original date. Finally, on September 20th, 1975, President Ford signed a law which returned the annual observation of Veterans Day to its original date of November 11th, beginning in 1978. Since then, the Veterans Day holiday has been observed on the 11th, regardless of what day of the week that it falls on. Veterans Day is a day to honor all American veterans, living and dead, for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good.